Hello there, Smite fans. We are moving into game number 3 here. It's London Conspiracy versus Fnatic.
I thought you were going to say We Are VR, which was like the call for the fake Power Ranger show that happened in like 1990.
There was a fake Power Ranger, like virtual Rangers or something?
Yeah, that.
I just guessed on the VR, but there.
Something
My
like
name
that.
is Bart, his name is Brandon, and it's Fnatic versus London Conspiracy here. P's and B's just moments away.
Before that, we're going to talk about our lovely hunters, hi-rez, ZX, and Shaggy Shank, two of the, I think, all-around stars of Europe.
Yeah, not upcoming stars, established stars, if you will.
Yeah.
Shaggy Shank, you may not know him as well if you're newer to the Smite Pro League. He's been kind of in and out of top teams for about the last year and a half, 2 years. hi-rez has always been kind of the mainstay of that SK Fnatic, or SK now Fnatic roster. All things told, these two are pretty evenly matched. We saw game 1, Shaggy Shank really crushed everybody. Game 2, hi-rez Rama did a great job even fighting from behind. And now it's kind of all the cards on the table.
Yeah, for me, this is Suntouch, right? For me, I don't want to see Suntouch on these late game carry gods. I want to see Suntouch play early game gods and get his team to where they need to be. Do the same thing that worked in game 1. Get Arrow big. Get Shaggy Shank big and let them do the work. You do the early game. Be the early jungler that LDNC needs.
Let's see the bans as they come through. It's a first ban and first pick position for London Conspiracy for the first time in the 3 games. And after losing game number 2, they've chosen this position. So this seems to me to indicate pocket strategy coming their way. First bans are Hercules and Tyr, so a little bit different than what we've seen in the first couple of games. Notably, this does leave Athena and Sylvanas open for now. We'll see as the second ban for London Conspiracy will come through momentarily.
Fnatic here. Bologna getting taken away by LDNC. A little curious. I mean, they did have the pick option, so I guess they didn't want to let that happen again. Maniac clearly more versed in the god than Suntouch, and it doesn't look like with that, then we're going to see Snakeskin take
So they're trying to bait out an Athena ban here, right, by leaving her open, most likely.
I wouldn't be scared of the Sylvanas after what happened last game.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. He got piled onto, but no, it's Hunbot, so they're going to leave. They will leave that Athena open, not going to let the Hunbots, but this is the first time in this matchup that Thor will get through, I believe.
Oh, that's true. This should be a first pick Thor, but Fnatic can answer back with, real quick.
Athena on her?
I was thinking Athena Ra.
Or just Athena Geb or Athena Sylvanas and just say, what are you going to do now?
We have these things.
Yeah, and you can always put that Athena in the soul lane or the jungle as necessary. But Maniac doesn't really seem to fit his general style of taking Athena to the solo lane.
I would really like to see the Ra pick. Yes, he does get locked in. I mean, after the way that Zero played last game,
it was hurting for certain.
There's no reason not to have this god relocked in. Granted, Thor is going to pose a little bit more of an issue than Nemesis.
Athena and Ra. So the damage mitigation, the global presence out of the Athena ultimate plus the Ra, and we saw what he was able to do with basically any kind of CC out of the jungle. Serket, notably, still available here. Maybe that third draft position for Fnatic, as it was so effective last game.
Sylvanas here.
On her Sylvanas.
Yeah,
most likely. The other question here is honestly, actually probably won't be the Serket. My guess here is that Fnatic's going to try to round this one out with a Rom. Go ahead and secure hi-rez God, because they don't want that banned out and be forced into something more passive against the Anhur, but it's Geb over the Sylvanas. So London Conspiracy agreeing with you that it was not very effective last game.
I guess so. Final pick here in the first phase for Fnatic, and they're looking for 3 more roles, obviously. Hunter, like Bart said, is probably going to be the most likely banned away. After that, I would say Assassin. So one of the 2 here, I don't expect that they're going to wait or pick solo here. Red, having the KSI pick, the second pick's biggest advantage is that they can pick solo lane last. And solo lane is by far the most matchup intensive. So leaving counter pick option open is huge, but Bart calls it. Rama gets locked in.
There it is. That's the Rom going their way. So that is hi-rez's best god. I don't think there's any real surprise there to anybody. Poseidon will get banned out now by London Conspiracy. No, I'm sorry, by Fnatic. Okay, I was about to say, that makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, no, they will get banned out by Fnatic. London Conspiracy with the final ban in the second banning phase, kind of the counter ban. So mid laners taken out of the pool by Fnatic. Maybe a solo lane or jungle ban. It will be the jungle. They don't want to deal with that Ra plus Serket combination again here. So what will Fnatic select as their 4th pick? Obviously, they do get the last pick, as you mentioned. Bastet is available, although very underutilized, we'll say, in Europe. Not a high priority pick. But here's something that can get to the back lines, pretty similar to the Serket. Can also set up the big plays out of the Ra with her own stun, although it does take a little bit longer to come out. Not that instant startup that we see out of the Serket number 2.
I really wish she would sit still.
She's got to bob and weave, dude.
She just won't sit still.
2 final picks are available now from London Conspiracy. No big surprise there. They're going to go back to the Scylla in the mid lane. What will be their solo laner here, though, to contest the question mark out of Fnatic?
It's got to be a warrior.
I would expect it to be a warrior. I just hope that it's not something like a Chalk right? It's just going to be really hard for them to
I
deal.
would really like to see
lineup.
Guan Yu. No, okay, Bakasura.
Ooh.
Now, we've seen
Scary
Snakeskin
boys.
play this a little bit, right? He's had some decent success with it. But with this comp, hard to say. I mean, they're going a lot of damage this time, not a lot of frontline. Most notably, this team has been very strong when they've had multiple frontliners. So this is going to just make or break, really, in the solo lane
Well,
again.
check that. This team has been really strong when they have tier.
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
That is
Besides
fair.
that, it's really not that impressive in terms of their statistics and or their win rate. And it will be the Nemesis finally selected here.
Wow.
So that's going to be Arachne in the solo then.
It's possible. I mean, I haven't really seen anyone play Nemesis in the jungle, or I'm sorry, in the solo lane aside from Xaylia. So I don't know if they have like a great amount of versatility with it, but I mean, it's possible.
Well, I mean, between the Arachne and the Nemesis, who do you think has the better matchup in the lane against Baka? It's got to be Arachne, right?
I mean,
ability to heal
well,
herself is huge.
It's not going to matter. Twig has it.
Yeah, so Twig will be your jungle bug here for the boys of Fnatic. But let's go ahead and introduce your teams. We'll start with London Conspiracy. Tied at 1 game apiece. They have to win this one to keep their hopes alive, as does Fnatic. They're wearing the blue trunks, the bottom side of the minimap, and the left side of the spectator UI. Winner of this game will have their hopes alive for LAN. It's Snakeskin as your Bakasura, Suntouch in the jungle as Heavy Metal Thor, Arrow in the mid lane, once again reprising his role as Scylla. Emilzy plus Shaggy Shank will be your dual lane. Geb1 and Olympian Anhur. Across the way, they're the red squad fighting on the top side of the minimap and the right side of your spectator UI. They are known as Fnatic. It's Maniac as the solo lane, Nemesis, Captain Twiggy in the jungle as Arachne, Zeros once again as the Ra in the mid lane, Badger and Reels. They'll be the same dual lane. This time, it's Athena Ram.
So with that, we're getting started here. Nothing going on super crazy, right? Taking a look at the builds here. Normal Bumba's Mask boot starts from the junglers. What's that? Is that Death Toll?
No. There's no Death Tolls. Yes, there's a Death Toll. I lied. Bakasura and Nemesis both with a Death Toll, but it's a short bow loadout for Bakasura. No actives. So a Hog 2 versus a rank 1 Odysseus bow for Bakasura here. The Nemesis with a clear advantage, and we'll be able to actually kind of maintain equilibrium with that Hog 2.
So starting on the bottom side, Suntouch and Snakeskin should have pretty decent clear here. They should have no trouble burning through that one.
Yeah, they're going to go for the triple camp start, maybe. Although, with the Bakasura on the board, it's more likely to be straight to blue. No, they're greedy boys.
Top side.
2 hogs. 2 hogs versus no hog. So maybe they're expecting this no hog out of the Bakasura. The Thor's already used the orange buff. They're going to have roughly the same clear time, it looks like here, as the second hog does get used on the top side there. Down it goes for LDNC. Top side will be going down now. So, yeah, nice triple camp start there to the Arachne Nemesis. That'll give them the small advantage here in the lane.
Twig, level 2 right now. Closer to level 3 because of the back camp. Let's see what they can do here. Maniac. Wow, they're moving forward against this. I guess they don't recognize that. Obviously, they're not going to have the information that they did triple camp. But they will be level 3 much sooner.
Yeah, honestly, Fnatic will be lucky to not hit level 3 of these archers. I think they will, though, to kind of indicate that they did take those back camps. Yeah, just Twig. So they may still not know. The jig may be up here, though. As the next minion falls, Maniac will hit level 3, and Fnatic may elect to make a go of it. But with Bakasura's ability to eat minions, creep equilibrium continues to be on the favor of London Conspiracy.
I'm really surprised to see Captain Twig not go in there. Not sure what he decided to level there. It looked like it should have been a 1-2-3 dynamic, but instead doesn't find the cocoon stun. And with that, Captain, we don't have first blood. I mean, realistically, Suntouch should have died there.
Yeah, you would have expected some kind of action there with that experience advantage. Usually either it would have been when that hog comes off cooldown for the Arachne and just kind of go in and try to instantly hog and get that level 3 and make the fight happen. But nothing cooking so far in that currently duo, but ultimately solo lane.
Shaggy Shank moving in here against Reels. Badger taking a lot of damage as well. This, I think, is this the first time that we've seen LDNC play out of border side this set? They did play out of Chaos both other times, correct?
That's correct.
Right, so it's almost weird to see Shaggy Shank playing from this angle, but it seems to be working out for him. Not to say that the other angles didn't. He's just had control over Reels pretty much the entire set.
I'm looking at the solo lane. Can Snakeskin deal with Maniac this game? Game 1, it was like he took even trades and got the better of the rotations. Game number 2 was absolute domination in the lane by Maniac that set up even better rotations for him. And now can Snakeskin really make it happen for himself as a Bakasura? And we'll know very shortly here, as once he hits level 5, it becomes apparent very quickly how the lane is going to go.
And you can see Snakeskin going for last hits here. Maniac recognizes that he's not going to hit 5 beforehand and can't put himself in a position of danger, otherwise he will just almost immediately die to regurgitate.
There's the level 5, and Maniac skirts forward just to get that last bit of experience. And so now he will be a little bit safer, but with no sprint to his name, is still in a lot of danger of dying. That Bakasura regurgitate does come with a cripple. Suntouch has positioned himself for the ultimate to the right side. This could be our first blood.
Maniac.
And shing! Wang, 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 you're dead. Nothing you do. So the cripple comes out from that Bakasura ultimate in addition to the stun lock from Suntouch. They're going to try to make a play on the tower as well. Twig is here to defend, but that's a lot of archers for him to fight into. He can't really do too much versus the amount. I mean, look how much he's getting chunked each time they fire the volley. Not to mention the Mjolnir's attunement, 50% and under is Captain Twig now.
You know, Captain Twig may have made a mistake there attacking his opponents because those archers turned immediately and just 70% of his health just disappeared.
He got just crushed by the minions there. I mean, they were hitting him for, what, probably 100 damage a volley.
You know, and even though the first blood didn't go to Thor, he already had an advantage. He backed being able to pick up boots too, plus it looks like beads as well, and Suntouch starting to rotate around the map. This, to me, this is the god I want to see Suntouch on. I don't want to see him on Bologna. I don't want to see him on Arachne. I want to see him on characters like Thor, who can get in, stun a bunch of people, sit, become the center of attention, and then get the hell out of dodge.
What about Freya? Remember we could only play Freya?
Yes.
So why is it?
Why haven't we seen Freya in the jungle like at all? It's, you know, even from the caster analysis, we never mentioned Freya. Oh my God!
Maniac was like, okay, Butcher Blaze is probably about to run out, and then took 2 more hits and realized that he was going to die on the
Dude, I was with him. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
He's trading. Right. Shield was going. He was having a good time, and then near death.
Oh, I need to leave right now, or I'm dead. And oh man, you know, this is Bakasura though. Bakasura should be winning this matchup. Bakasura should be running the early game, or like, you know, this later stage of the early game.
It's an absolute dominant laner with a tremendous amount of damage that doesn't need to scale off of items, has crazy kill potential level 5, versus Nemesis, who under no circumstances should really be able to solo. The players kind of have just found this weird way to just barely get by and have impact in the mid game. Is kind of what's going on here. So it's like a barely survive the solo lane kind of character versus an absolute lane dominator.
Bakasura opting into that full Iqbal is going to go into boots afterwards. Has boots 1 on the table. No other actives aside from that sprint, it looks like, and he did use it to get back to lane faster, which I appreciate. Yeah,
that's one of the best parts about buying the sprint.
All right, this is going to be on cooldown for a minute, but you know, hey.
Oh, it's a lane. We'll have 30 seconds left. It's Gucci.
What's this now?
What's all this then?
Sentry ward placed down. A lot of grouping over here.
There was a bunch of recalls coming from London Conspiracy. If Fnatic had only had a little bit better vision, they could have snuck a gold for you there, honestly. Had they known, you know, it's knowledge is power.
Still 1-0 though. LDNC leads at this stage.
Yeah, first blood plus about 200 gold to their credit.
Oh, actually 700? Wow, I didn't think it was going to be that big.
Yeah, 700 gold. Experience is dead even, as you see there, but that first blood plus probably that Bakasura, you know, pushing the wave in, getting some extra last hits over.
I'm really surprised to see Maniac, you know, on this character. For me, I can understand Xaylia going for this. You know, that's Xaylia's playstyle. For me, Maniac is always kind of like a guy that likes to bait defensively. And
Suntouch standing on top of a ward here. He's put Twig into an awkward position. Arrow, there's the crush as well. Did not have the Sikkim available. Unfortunately, there was used a little bit prematurely and unable to set up any kind of kill. That really should have been a kill. Emilzy knock him into I'm a Monster. Maybe, you know, a little bit more tenured team, a little bit more time together. London Conspiracy could have executed that one, but it seemed pretty easy from my perspective, at least.
Suntouch.
Here goes Suntouch. Maniac. He realized
he heard it this time. Yeah. He heard it. And wow, okay, in a rare moment of clarity, Suntouch is not going to dive a tower.
Yeah, they're playing for a lot more here than just bragging rights and seed positioning. It's an opportunity to come here to America and play in LAN and really try to prove you're the best team out of Split 1. So, diving towers, maybe not your best bet at this stage. Ultimate from Maniac is going to be used on the Snakeskin here. Arachne is going to take to that web and try to make the play. They're going to pull the Athena as well. But Snakeskin doing a little bit too much to kite around, and Twig, there's not much he can do. Oh, wow. The greedy double taunt comes out from Badge there. A little surprised he didn't split the uprights, but you can see that's those minions from Bakasura. They completely have zoned out Twig. Here comes Emilzy. The Scylla's rotating as well. There's a Ra coming from the mid. But it looks like that's going to be the end of the engagement as London Conspiracy's gank attempt nearly gets countered, but they're able to kind of turn the tides back in their favor there towards the end of it.
Yet still only 1 kill so far. A lot of ultimates used there, but nothing gains. The Nightcrawler and the Divine Judgment ults coming out from the Arachne Nemesis, it seems like they were kind of off-center. You know what I mean? I mean, it was just Maniac trying to defend his tower, so he uses the ult. Captain Twig comes out of nowhere. It doesn't really do a lot of damage.
Maniac has... Oh, Maniac, please. You take down one more hit. Snakeskin too afraid of the archers. Maybe that last hit would have been a kill. Would have been damn close, but the beads one are up and running now for the Nemesis.
With that,
wow,
Reels
mid lane.
finds a kill from the sky and gets the third hit onto Emilzy as well. Captain Twig still going. Arrow possibly going to make the rotation here, but it looks like that Reels and Captain Twig did enough there to not only win the fight, but they actually gained the vision as well.
What was going on? Why were they fighting there? There's no mid camps up.
Gold Fury?
I guess Gold Fury, a little bit of counter warding shenanigans going on, but Reels, he snipes a kill on the way back to lane. That's huge for him. Like, let's not discredit how big that's going to be. He finds a kill in his own jungle using his ultimate, now gets to go to lane and have no Anhur there for about 2 waves, but he's letting the waves push up. I mean, look at this. He's playing a really, really amazing game right now. The discipline, really, to kind of get that kill, go to lane, stall the lane, and really maximize your advantage over the Anhur, your advantage potential, rather, I should say.
But wave to wave, he's still behind. Shaggy level 10, Reels level 9. He's last hitting, trying to strip out as much as possible. And for the 3rd time in this game, we will see Suntouch go for it. For the 2nd time this game, we will see him miss.
Yeah, 2nd time, Maniac's game sense kind of bails him out there. And he doesn't have any defensive wards at all. This is pure, he's just sniffing it out. They have no way to know that Thor is rotating outside of this fairly aggressive ward on the backside there. But Thor's been ulting out of the Fire Giant pit. Maniac is going to ult on the Suntouch here. He's going to beads away Captain Twig. No.
I think he might have been able to get that, actually.
He could have gotten the kill, but really unlikely he lives. Bakasura minions do a lot of damage.
That's right, and realistically, you really don't want to trade that. I mean, you don't want to give more kills to Baka. You also don't want to give away your blue buff.
Yeah, definitely not, but that's not much they can do about this one. Snakeskin is going to ingest that large minion, leave a couple of small ones, and then leap away from Maniac without any ultimate Nemesis, not much of a threat to the Baka.
And realistically, Baka's only defect there was the fact that he was running out of mana, and now he has the blue buff, right? Yeah. He's not going to be in any danger whatsoever, and Maniac, once again, put onto his heels.
Suntouch, he's going to try to block out zeros, will do so effectively here. Badger, there's the snipe coming through as well, but it's the I'm a Monster that takes most of the damage in that fight. And they're going to take both the mid camps as well. On the back of it will LDNC. Shaggy Shank starts with the Gold Fury, but here comes Reels.
That was a 3 ultimate, though, on the support. I don't know if they're going to have enough damage to do this. Zeros is coming without the snipe, but yeah, they got it. Wow, they didn't aggress fast enough. Twig needed to get in there so much earlier. I mean, realistically, they didn't need to get in there, but they also didn't need to stand there and watch it happen.
The fight continues, though. Maybe overstaying their welcome a bit. Here's London Conspiracy. They're very low for the Rama ultimate. Waiting. Takes the shot, misses the shot. Pinned out now is Maniac, but a nice play by Shaggy Shank off the corner, but he's getting fairly low as well. Reels continues to find the right position to be in these fights. Just absolute immaculate positioning out of Reels. How? I don't get it. He was taking shots that entire fight, doesn't get hit one time, and gets a choice ultimate as well. Absolutely outstanding individual play to draw the equalizer and kills as well for the squad.
And with that, we'll be able to push into the tower here, cleans up the wave, gains some extra experience, puts himself now a level ahead of Shaggy Shank.
Yeah, so he's taking back the equilibrium here. Will it be enough, though, to pull Fnatic out of a little bit of a pit they've dug for themselves? London Conspiracy did take that first Gold Fury. 1,500 gold, but the experience is basically dead even.
Yeah, 1,500 gold, it's going to help, right? But at a professional level, that means like everyone's going to get like a warded or maybe an active, right? It's not going to spell like an entire item level. It's still going to be very awkward for people to back. The only issue here for Fnatic is the fact that Maniac is starting to fall very, very far behind Snakeskin. Look at that gold difference, 1,200. The entire gold lead is just they pick Nemesis.
But, you know, can Maniac find a way to make it worthwhile in the mid game? That ultimate hasn't really paid off yet. They haven't had really much pressure out of Twig either. He just doesn't bring the same kind of oomph that a Thor would to ganking the solo lane. Snakeskin feels pretty safe here, and well, he's definitely bullying Maniac fairly well. You can see he just shrugs off any harass that comes out of the Nemesis by eating a minion, and then 3 shots before Maniac can get the shield up, and he takes half his HP.
That is a really that's kind of like a statement, right? I mean, he says, hey, listen, you just hit me with your ability and you pushed me a little bit, and I healed it back up immediately and then sent 50% of your health away, even with your sustain. Suntouch, though, cleaning up a ward here.
Great game.
This is Suntouch's game.
This is Suntouch's best game so far in the series, at least in the first 12 minutes. Most impressive early game he's had. Been really involved and has really set up a lot for his team. They're a little bit of a questionable play.
There's Suntouch.
Yeah,
there he was.
There he was. There he is.
Still, not a bad ratio.
No, a lot of good plays to one questionable dive. And a lot of dominance, especially for Snakeskin here, who has taken a bit of damage.
To the sky.
And whack. Down you go. Doesn't matter. Beads were used, but it just didn't matter. Their Suntouch ports away. Twig ultimate is not available, so he's not going to be able to follow this one.
You don't have time for this.
Regurgitated on because Emilzi's here as well. They can dive the tower now. There's a knock-up. Where's the Sikkim?
Got him.
Doesn't matter. It's the back tap on the
kidding
hammer.
me?
Sun Touch, a killing spree too in rapid succession.
Sun Touch is playing out of his mind this game. The rotations have been perfect. He's basically using the ult on cooldown to keep his opponents on his toes. It's just been the Sun Touch show this game.
Yeah, he's really been the dominant force for London. Well, no, not really. Honestly, it's been a combination of Snakeskin and Sun Touch. It's really a race for who's dominating their individual matchup harder at the moment.
Well, at least in this game. Game 1, Arrow. You know, we Shaggy Shank. We haven't really seen much from Emilzi this set. Usually he's getting kills and setting up plays. He's kind of him and Badger have both been extremely quiet this game.
You know, one thing that I will point out about Emilzi is that he was really at the tier 1 on the right side for both of those dive attempts.
That's fair.
So he's had pretty nice positioning for the overall strategy for the team now.
I mean, out-rotating an Athena as Geb is not a very easy
That's absolutely
task.
right. I mean, they kind of, him being there was the tipping point for maybe Athena to say, you know what, it's not even worth it because they can just dive with this Geb. His innate tankiness to tank the tower plus the shield as necessary.
So I've always been of the opinion that tier 1 towers in this game as a gold function are extremely overrated. People treat them as if they are still like the Season 0 towers that are giving 1,000 gold. But in this case, this tower take on the right side is so unbelievably important because Nemesis needs it. Nemesis needs a base to sit at and go, protect me, right? Like,
she has to run away from the Bakasura now without a tier 1.
This should just be last hit city now.
Plus the Arachne as well. It's just, Arachne's not a threat to Bakasura at this stage of the game with any kind of advantage, so he can play up this aggressively. Even if they come to gank, it's going to take more than 2. It'll take at least 3 to kill him.
4-2 right now still. Sun Touch getting choked down here. A lot of damage very quickly. Shield Wall doing a lot, but the Geb Shield keeps him alive. Nightcrawler, Geb Shield, man, too strong. Is the dot
going to be enough? I don't think so.
No.
Barely surviving a Sun Touch there on just under 50 HP.
I didn't even think it was going to do that much.
He barely survives that one. Gets out with his life. 3 Ick Vials running for Fnatic right now versus the 2 on the side of London Conspiracy.
I hope that doesn't turn around to bite them.
Sun Touch, what are you doing, buddy? Oh, it's a Transcendence after Jotun's Wrath.
Love it. This
is big time damage coming out from the Thor. Sun Touch, he realizes that he's gotten a bit of an advantage out of his play so far in the game, and he's going to try to capitalize on that. 3-0-1, going for a Transcendence, a really, really gutsy play out of the Thor.
Pretty much the entire gold difference is Sun Touch over Twig and Snakeskin over Maniac. Usually the star players of the team on Fnatic are both getting pushed out because of maybe some awkward picks. We haven't really seen a lot of Arachne come out from Twig this season, and we have certainly not seen Nemesis.
Well, it's a Gold Fury engagement for now. Emilzi does take the Nemesis ultimate, is getting chunked down fairly low, likely to fall. I'm a Monster over the top, doesn't find the target that he's looking for there out of Arrow. Reels takes his third shot just a bit off the mark. A little bit low now is Fnatic as London Conspiracy comes surging forward. They have Sun Touch on the front line. He has the ultimate available as well, but I don't think they can really follow it up. I'm a Monster not being there really limits their ability to burst down a target.
I love the play here from Badger. He had the ult. He could teleport back immediately, but he recognized the fact that it wasn't a dire straight. So he just decides, I'm going to walk back. I'm going to save my ultimate in case I need to do it again. Arrow going to be forced to beads there. Snakeskin jumps away as well. Wow, okay, nobody followed up Badger.
Yeah, well, they pop beads on both the Scylla as well as the Bakasura. It's 140 and 180 second cooldown respectively, so.
I mean, that's definitely a big win. But what can they do with it, right? Are they going to force out a fight?
Yes. They're going to start taking the Gold Fury. There's no ultimate available from Arrow either. Shaggy Shank's going to spot this one out, but
they got it.
Yeah, it's too fast. Here comes Bakasura. He's going to try to do what he can with his spread damage.
Heavenly Agility is going to get them out of there cleanly. Snakeskin.
Look at Twig. He's kind of baiting him. Thor comes out as well. They were expecting the re-engage from Twig, but it's not going to be there. Baited by Twig, I want to say.
I think that Twig was just trying to find his way over the wall, and I think Bakasura was like, he might fight me.
Right.
Oh, jeez, Arrow.
Double crush. That's one way to get it done.
My God. You know, that's one thing. It's a very slow-moving projectile, but people drastically underestimate how far the reach is for, you know, the split, right? You have to be pretty close, but it's like, I think, 8 yards, 10 yards, something like that. It's pretty big.
Well, running along now with Zeros, who is really the heart and soul of this team so far.
Yeah, no deaths.
And looking into this one, no deaths. Him and Reels both sitting at level 16, top in the game, pulling ahead in experience, at least for the 2 of them in Fnatic. Take a look at the player damage charts over there. You can see Scylla, Bakasura, and Thor, the kind of triple core, on the side of Link Conspiracy have been doing just so much in this early game, making a lot of room for the Anhur as well, who does have a pretty substantial lead over the Rum, even with that last Gold Fury.
Real's by himself here, getting some farm. You see Shaggy Shank still hanging around. Anhur been a little bit quiet this game, considering him. Really, Anhur has been very quiet this season. Even after the buffs, it feels like players just aren't playing for the early game like we expected them to, like from Season 1.
Well, they're going to force out the Athena ultimate onto Reels here, but he's going to move forward onto Shaggy Shank. He ain't scared of no ghost, and up in the sky he goes. First shot, second shot, and third shot. All hit Shaggy Shank, and here comes the Arachne as well. There's a Thor ult. Doesn't matter. Emilzi's an ult, but it's only going to hit one, and down will go Shaggy Shank as Captain Twig re-engages. Spin to win from Suntouch, trying to make it out of here, but here comes Zeros with the burst capabilities. It's a heavenly agility as well. They want to move forward and fight with no Gold Fury available, however. This is a little bit of a wasted opportunity for Fnatic. Not going to find another kill, except here comes a re-engagement. Crippled out his arrow, but the Geb shield is going to free him up.
I can't believe Reels just went into a full health, full mana Scylla with Geb protection with that much mana.
With no ultimate.
And he gets away with it.
That's right. Yeah, that's... Well, he rolled forward, hit the cripple shot, and the cripple shot, probably caused a panic, at least in the comms for London Conspiracy Era, saying, I'm crippled. Mealsy, you got to get the shield out onto me, and they weren't able to really re-engage. Maybe presence of mind, they could have found a way to take that kill down, but instead they will lose their tier 1 on the left side.
I think
mid lane as well getting pressured now by the Arachne, and right side Nemesis free farm, recovery farm for her.
That run that you just did about what they said in comms is such a big testament to Emilzi, because by the time that Arrow would have even finished that statement, he would have been dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Emilzi was just like, gotcha, fam. No problem.
He had to basically get that shield out to prevent the cripple there. So, but yeah, as I mentioned, it's recovery farm for Nemesis here, who's made her way up to level 15, done a fairly nice job, about 8,000 net worth, still about a little under 1,000 gold. We saw this before out of Azalea though. Not the same kind of Thor physical setup, but it is still Thor Bakasura on her. There's going to be dealing a lot of the damage in the next few minutes, so it is the Runeforge Hammer. We saw it on a Wheelish last time in Europe, the kind of out-of-place Runeforge pickup.
I like it. I mean, Runeforge is, in this meta, probably one of the best items in the game. It gives you a lot for the gold. Yeah,
not to mention that Nemesis does have fairly high, if not one of the highest HP scalings for all assassins. She's definitely up there.
So as we talk about Nemesis, we'll take a ride with him. He's going to place down, it looks like a Sentry Ward and clean one up, just trying to shut down Suntouch's ability to kill him every 5 seconds. Or 90 seconds, fine.
Well, Maniac, he reluctantly comes back to his lane here, where he still has to fight this damn Bakasura. But, at least he's closing up a little bit, has some decent items to kind of go toe-to-toe here. Old Snake's getting now, is going to look to turn the tides of battle, dashing away from the burst damage and the spread damage out of that cleaving ultimate. But it will afford him a bit of time to farm now as the wave will push back in his favor.
With that, I want to see some rotations from Arachne. If Bakasura doesn't have his ultimate, it's going to really just stifle his ability to go for counter-initiates. Speaking of initiates, though, Emilzi could be in some trouble. Babies activate not onto Emilzi, though, and onto the creeps they go. Captain Twig has not had a good accuracy, or at least percentage, this game with that move. He's missed it a lot.
Yes, he has been accurate but not precise.
A lot of people talk about, like, obviously, babies, they don't scale very well in the end game. They're not going to do a lot of damage, but it's not about the babies. I mean, it's about getting that web on the ground, that movement speed that it's going to give Arachne. I mean, it's one of the reasons that she's so strong, and Twig has not had a lot of luck this game in finding it.
So, overall, kind of big meta picture here. It's the same build coming out from the Ra, but it's like a 15-minute weakening curse out of Geb for Emilzi this game. They're not going to have any of that no anti-heal this go-round.
Which is smart. I mean, last game it was pretty much 100% on Ra to siege down towers, and now it's even worse considering the Retribution Shield's going to be healing up. They have the Hunter with the Dev's Gloves, and then, of course, they also have Arachne's Venomous Bite. Pretty much everyone on this team, aside from Athena, is healing pretty drastically.
Arrow continues to stall out this mid here, continues to find his farm, got his Book of Thoth, nearly fully stacked up here. Not to mention Suntouch, who you kind of mentioned the Transcendence was coming down the pipeline. He gets that finished off without any real, moments where it's like, damn, if he only didn't have the Transcendence and had his Magic's Blessing already. So they kind of escaped that danger period when the buildup of that item. He has got it together now and is going to get a lot of physical power out of it. And he's looking for another kill on the Maniac.
Sitting at about 115 damage right now with that Transcendence. Big swinging.
Yeah, he's going to hurt, especially if there's another couple gods around him. All the bonus damage.
Just got to find the Mjolnirs.
The backside of that Mjolnir double tap is going to be 700 damage.
The issue is that Suntouch and Captain Twig are now even level, and there's only a 400 gold difference. It was over 1,000 before. Twig really keeping himself alive here. But, I mean, can his Arachne have... Oh my. Whoa.
Whoa. Okay, 3-man grouping in the mid lane. It's going to be a 2-man attempt onto the Fire Giant here. Sun Touch with that Transcendence says, look,
They don't have hand.
I got a lot of damage.
They don't have hand at all.
Well, now the team's going to go over and rotate to them. Fnatic likely knows what's going down now.
They got it.
The jig is up, doesn't matter. Fire Giant for London Conspiracy. In comes the Athena, in comes the Arachne as well. Want to fight into this as Fnatic, and they've used a couple of ultimates already, but to no avail, so they burn big cooldowns, and this should mean London Conspiracy has an opportunity to find some objectives around the map. They have split reels off, have Fnatic to try to take down this Gold Fury. Will London Conspiracy go for that? Or
Athena
will they
needs
take
to
the
get
tier
over there.
1? No, they're just going to take the tier 1.
Athena needs to, oh, she doesn't have the ult. Oh, this could be bad. I mean,
He's going to get
no,
it,
he's got it. He's got it.
Yeah,
surprising to see no one make that transition. I mean, for how long has Reels not been on the map if they're not like, oh, he's probably soloing Gold Fury? Maybe they just don't care.
Yeah, maybe they don't care. They want the map control out of taking the towers. They're going to try to take a tier 2 here as well, but now Fnatic will have strength to, pose a defense at least.
Wait, here comes Badger. Arrow's going to find the crush, though, off the Sikkim. Zeros will find some damage as well, but not nearly enough to deter just yet. Shaggy Shank getting low. I'm a Monster going to hit but not kill. No reset, but God hits another crush. But Maniac finding Sun Touch in the back. Reels from the sky! Gonna find Shaggy Shank and send him back in a box. And that's gonna be a really long respawn timer. Reels in a real good spot here to turn this one around.
That was silly. How did he hit that shot? Couldn't see him at all. Just puts his finger into the air, tests the wind, and fires off a couple more arrows. Oh, he stopped the rollout on Emilzy. You're dead. There's the Gem Shield coming out, but now it's Snakeskin who's overextended. Reels, he's going to try to go toe-to-toe with the Bakasura, and he's going to be fairly confident in doing so. It's beads used by Snakeskin. He doesn't remember the cooldown on Badge's taunt there. Dash is going to be up now. Can they close the distance? Maniac trying to get there, but it looks like Snakeskin's going to make it out of there in time. Indeed, he will. On the tower, he goes safe with the
You see this guy, Emilzy, going right into the cut there just to make sure he can use the Geb Shield over the wall in case he gets caught. Yeah. That's the kind of play that makes Emilzy such just a brilliant
Badger, please, a 2-man taunt on the... Hey, welcome back to our fully lit and functioning studio. My name is Bart, that's Brandon, and we had a brief power outage. It's raining a little bit here in Alpharetta, and...
well, I talked to one of our programmers, Jaco Malfoy, on Twitter, and he said the reason... the constant stacking for the 2- and 3-man Athena taunts were apparently so shocking that we lost power.
Let's get back into the game right where we picked up, or right where we left off. We'll pick it up, and we'll see if there's any more of those big Athena taunts coming out. So getting back into this one, it was a little bit of momentum towards the side of Fnatic, and this is about where it went down. It's the slide coming through as well. The cleanup crew is here. Emilzy may make it out of here with his life. It's a big Sikkim from downtown from Arrow to save the life of the rest of the boys of London Conspiracy. 3 members still with Fire Giant buff running on the LC side. Fnatic with the advantage for the moment, however.
I think the lights just flickered again.
Did they really? Say it ain't so, dude.
Yeah. I think Badger needs to chill out with abusing every single time they decide to hold hands.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, there it is. You got it?
I'm there now.
All right, thanks. Thanks, man. Why don't you take it now?
No problem.
Now it's really awkward.
All right. Well,
come on. You now.
Brandon Nance.
So it's still, it's a pretty close game. Let's take a look at the graphs. Let's make sure everyone's caught up here. Adonis. And you can see there is a decent advantage here for Fnatic in the experience route. Goal difference, it looks like still a little bit there. It's not a huge difference either. What it comes down to is that there is still the Fire Giant buff to be dealt with. Snakeskin still going to have his, as well as Arrow and Emilzy, but it's not going to last for too much longer.
Yeah, so looking to pressure now the left side. Tier 2 is on the Conspiracy. And, well, it's a little bit of a siege for them, however. Advantage raw for Fnatic here.
Yeah, he still
can
has
hold
the
out
ult
from the siege fairly well. Yeah, with the ult as well to clear out one of the waves.
Emilzy in some trouble here. Thor taken to the sky. We're going to ride in with him. He'll hit a few, but then there's Zeros again, hitting every snipe that he ever tries to do.
Yeah, counter initiation was really nice there. Finds the quick kill.
God,
out onto
Reels.
Emilzy. Reels with absolute godly plays. And down will go Sun Touch as well for a double kill. The fight continues, though. It's Shaggy Shank as well. Reels with the triple. A Deicide as well from Zeros. Oh, man, this one just swung really heavily in favor of Fnatic. That was Fire Giant buff on 3, plus on side of London Conspiracy, but can't clean up Fnatic, guys. We're going to quickly restart the stream. Production's telling me here, guys. We'll be able to sort that audio desync issue for you. Sorry about the delays. Hey, welcome back, guys. Let's go ahead and get right back into this one here. As we just saw Fnatic really taking the pressure to London Conspiracy. Big counter initiation and really just Reels with the hottest of the hot plays. En Fuego, if you will, and he's going to make quick work of this tier 2 on the left side.
Yeah, wow, burning through that. Still about 50%. They're not going to have that backdoor protection removed as there are no creeps, but they're finally coming up here And look at, I mean, that heal. It's just Zyros, man.
Again, same build. It's the Asclepius into the Lotus Crown. He's going to do all of the healing, in fact.
I love the build. It's utility, it's damage, it's cooldown.
It's 19,000 healing so far in this game.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. It's 19,000. That's even more than the other game that went like an hour.
No, that was a different game.
Don't you correct me.
It was a different game.
Never correct me.
Fnatic still with a pretty decent lead here. Not only were they leading before, with the small exception of the fact that their enemies had Fire Giant, but they got a Deicide off that, and then subsequently some towers. So as we take a look into the graphs, once again, Adonis to catch everyone up. Bang.
Yeah, it's big. And even with that Fire Giant player, you got to remember they traded the Gold Fury to Reels, so not really much net change there. And now it's been on the back of a successful team fight from Fnatic. A big-time advantage now. About 5,000 gold, nearly 6,000, 10K experience, and only a couple level 20s on the board. So really feeling the brunt of it. Bakasura is going to be in a bit of trouble here. Snakeskin, he's taunted away. Geb Shield's there. Did he beads with the Geb Shield active?
Well, I mean, he needed to. He needed to.
Yeah.
The Athena taunt would have been a disaster for him. But even with it, he didn't have the damage or the control or the movement speed, for that matter, to be able to get himself into a better position. And with that, he gets picked off pretty cleanly.
And this is the nightmare for London Conspiracy, really, is that they get picked off and then Fnatic can retreat
How?
back and heal
How
up.
does he hit
Another
everyone?
snipe does land there. Heavenly Agility used as well. The Lotus Crown here. They're going to try to run down Sun Touch.
Speed.
Reels with
How?
the ultimate. Boom, down you'll go. Captain Twig getting credit for that one. It's 2 members gone for London Conspiracy, and the fight continuing on, trying to juke the best he can as Maniac. The Athena ultimate a little bit
Okay,
wasted.
Shaggy Shank
Reels
is
gets
going
pushed back
off.
by Shaggy Shank. Over the top he comes with the Beast still active. Reels the X with the crit. Down you go.
That
RNGesus in full effect.
that hurt me.
Lotus Crown.
Because, like, for what that came down to is just Reels didn't outplay him by any regard. That was random number generation.
Well, now they're going to take their attention
and he teleported to the Fire Giant.
to the Fire Giant now. Arrow and Emilzy, they're going to try to disrupt this here. Arrow's out of this one. Emilzy's going to try to fake his way in, and then he realizes, oh, wow, this is bad. Now he's taunted. Can you find the hits? Reel's going to need about 3 or 4 in hands. He's missed a couple now. Lotus Crown active on him, and down he will go any second. Emilzy
He almost had that.
So close to sealing that one away.
I respect the play. It didn't come up the way that he needed it to keep his team alive, but I respect the play. He made all the right decisions there. It's just there wasn't enough room for the right decision to present itself.
It's gone downhill and fast now for London Conspiracies. Fnatic's pulled way ahead in this one. Tremendous momentum advantage. In addition to the Fire Giant buff on 4, Maniac is back up. They're going to take a Gold Fury, not allow any path for London Conspiracy back into this one now. And, well, LC is seeing their land hopes fading away here as Fnatic, on the back of Reels, really, truly carrying the team in this endeavor. 7-0-7.
You know, I feel bad for Suntouch and Snakeskin. They played 2 of the best games I think I've ever seen either of them play, and it's just not going to result in anything.
You know what they didn't do is they didn't deal with Badger, who has 12 assists, and for me right now is the front runner as a player of this game.
See, that's the issue, though, is that he didn't need to shut Badger down. They just need to stop holding hands.
Yeah, well, right. They didn't accommodate for the Athena and the team fights, and they've gotten blown up so far. Badger has really.
They're playing against Geb. They're playing against Sylvanas. You know, we talk about this all the time. There are different gods for a reason. They bring different things to the table. Athena brings 2 major things to the table. Global presence is huge in the early game. Has a way to get back into team fights after she's back. But the big one is that she can just initiate every 15 seconds guaranteed.
She's got the best ability in the entire game, bar none, that's not an ultimate.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no question that Taunt's the best ability in the game. That's not an ultimate. And even against most ultimates, it really stacks up pretty high.
I mean, even when Scourge was the way it was in like PTS and early Bologna, like it was even. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And that was winning games by itself. But I mean, this ability, it's lightning fast. You can't react to it. It's almost impossible to dodge for how wide of an arc it is. And Badger is utilizing that strength perfectly. He's making sure that he's always putting himself in a position to hit 1 or more people. But it's not just Athena that's doing the job, because Athena sets it up. It's Zeros that's been knocking him down.
That's right. 3-0-10. 10 assists for him, 12 for the Athena, 7 kills on the back of Reels. It's really been it's been Athena and Ra setting up and Reels knocking the pins down, basically.
Coming in, Captain Twig throwing some babies down.
Yo, Twig's got a Midgardian mail and a Rune Forge.
I'm down. Midgardian mail is unbelievably strong, especially against a character like Bakasura.
Yeah, you know what else is ridiculously strong? Shell plus Lotus Crown. It's so much bonus protection. So much protect all.
Especially if you're getting healed while also having, like, the Spirit Robe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just damage reduction on top of damage reduction on top of damage reduction.
Suntouch trying to keep Reels away from this mid lane Phoenix. Twig's going to rotate over.
Trying
and Suntouch,
indeed.
you put yourself in a bad position there. That wall ends up working against him, and down he'll go. So no initiation. This is where we really... This is usually like the last-ditch effort for the team usually comes on the back of the Thor initiation, but there's going to be nothing cooking here now. Moving forward is Reels, as Bakasura is going to try to make a play, but to the sky goes Captain Twig. Too much defense, and really realizing it a bit late is Bakasura now going up as Reels. He's going to chip away at Arrow, and will hit that last shot.
I don't think he's missed a single final
Here we
hit.
go, I'm a monster. This could be big, but no, it's going to miss Reels, who rolls away from it. That could have really, really helped turn the game back in their favor. Titan taking about 20% of his HP so far. And it looks like Fnatic's had enough with the two Phoenixes.
Yeah, the final lonely Phoenix will stand for... Oh, wait, Bart.
No, they're not done.
They are not done.
They're just going to heal up because they have a Ra.
They're like, psych, dude, we have like 20,000 healing Ra. No problem.
Yeah, he's probably closer to the 25K mark now. Ultimate from Zeros is used there. I think the first one he's missed so far this game.
I think that was to show that he's not actually cheating. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm human. Or I made my aimbot aim slightly off to the right.
Turned off the aimbot for a second there to miss one. Obviously, we're joking, but he's been just
I mean, it looks like we're not,
crazy
though.
accurate.
I think for the first time this set, he has missed that.
Yeah,
I think he hit everyone in the last game, too. He has been unstoppable.
So, I mean, this one, it's definitely not the linchpin as to why this game fell apart for them, but you can just kind of see what happened in this game. Thor finishes his Transcendence at 3-0-3 and has died 4 times. Right, since he got that item. Not that it's that item that's the problem, nor Suntouch's play, it's just it shows you how quickly this game turned. They had everything going for them. They had a runaway Thor, first pick, the most value got in all of the Smite Pro League. They get off to an amazing start, and they just can't do anything in the mid game.
I mean, I don't know if it has to do with defense versus offense as much as, you know, there's a lot of teamwork on Fnatic, and there's not a lot on London Conspiracy. I think that's what it comes down to, is they are individually just rocking. Shaggy Shank ahead of Reels for most of the game. I would say maybe Badger versus Emilzy is pretty much even. Arrow, you know, carried a game by himself, although I would probably give that to Zyros. But Snakeskin and Suntouch have absolutely dominated their early game. But when it got to team fight time, they just haven't held up.
It wasn't there, and Maniac has made a decent recovery as well as the Nemesis. You know, he's maintained relevancy through the 30 minutes of the game, even with such a poor start. A lot of hybrid items his way as well. Rage Blade, he's now a pretty vicious frontliner. Fire Giant started back up, no contention from London Conspiracy. They are forced to turtle now.
Wow. That was extremely fast. Not sure where Twiggy's going. Is speed really necessary?
Hey, you know?
Well, they're going to clean this up.
You know, okay. Look, I'll buy it on Arachne just because she needs 3 hits to stun. You know, there's a little tiny, itty-bitty sliver of good reason there.
Well, I mean, he's not really too far behind either. They still had 2 waves to push up. The Fire minions on the left side are pushing their way in as well. They're going to have all 3 waves to contend, plus all 5 members of Fnatic, who are already some of the best players in Europe, but they are also hugely in the lead and with Fire Giants.
Well, you can see the state of the base here to take the big angle. Phoenix in the mid, going to come back up relatively soon. Right side a little bit behind it looks like. And the London Conspiracy pinned into their base. Nemesis forcing the issue on the left side. All 3 Phoenixes are down.
And look at Maniac. I love this.
There was going to be a time, it would be soon. Fnatic's gonna make the play. Thor's gonna go
going
up.
Yeah. What's he looking for? He has a good 3-man. If he can find it, he's gonna hit at least 1 0. It's very low. I'm a monster. Not gonna hit, but they do manage to finally pick up Ra. But they've traded out a lot for it. 3 people go down instantly. Suntouch will be the 4th. Stuck Pig back to the base as Reels takes to the sky. London Conspiracy will fall and Fnatic will head to land.
Circle the wagons, boys. It's Fnatic with a victory over London Conspiracy. Real ZX. Really dominant in this game. I mean, absolutely a powerhouse. As we mentioned, though, it was set up in large part due to the Athena and Ra ultimates. The taunt into Ra ult combination was really effective for them. And Fnatic, as you see, has qualified for our spring split LAN here in Atlanta.
Congratulations. Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, of all the teams that are going to wind up coming, these guys are my favorite to watch live because they get into it. They jump up and down. They knock chairs over sometimes because they're going crazy. They scream, they yell, and they are excited to be there. And that's, you know, something I think the fans will enjoy watching once again.
Killer set of games there. London Conspiracy takes the first one. Fnatic answers back in 2 and secures their spot at the spring LAN. Let's go back in time and see how that all got started, though, with our first blood.
Now, this is not going to spell the story here, right? I mean, this is going to show you maybe some of the adversity that Fnatic faced here as we go into the replay of, and now I'm pretty sure this is Bakasura.
Yeah, it's that initial Thor plus Bakasura kill on the Nemesis where they really camped her. They found a few early kills, but we're not really what's going. It looks like maybe we may have exploded our replays with the power going out, but now it looks like we'll be able to show this one back to you. And well, it's the cripple plus the stun.
For me, that wasn't even like an inspiring ult. Like Bakasura ulted a little bit too close to himself.
Sure.
It was a little bit outside, but I
Didn't
mean,
matter.
There's just nothing you can do.
Nemesis with no beads versus a Thor Baka.
And you know,
Forget about
what
it.
I love is like he walled off the escape path. He's like, you will sit in this.
yeah.
You will hold that.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy these minions.
But a rough break for London Conspiracy. They won a pretty convincing game
Great showing,
after
though.
like 75,000 minutes.
I do think that they, with the one victory against Fnatic, the one game they win, I believe that does put their overall win percentage high enough that they're going to be in the top 4 and get a bid into the next split.
Oh, well, still, I'm sure they're very excited about
Yeah,
that.
and it really, I think, surprised a lot of people, myself included, with their performance so far.
For me, I don't think the relegation in Europe's going to be as troublesome for the European Pro League as North America, because North America's Challenger Cup is very, very dangerous with Legion and Eager.
Well, we'll see. We'll see exactly what goes down. Yeah, maybe a little bit more depth in North America inclusive of the Challengers Cup, but Europe has been very competitive so far. This split's been really great games.
Yeah.
And, well, the player of this game is Reels, surprising no one with 9-0 and 10 KDA on Ram.
Jesus.
You know, it was enabled in a lot of ways by the Athena, as we mentioned a couple times.
But
You'll
I
see
mean, that's
basically
the goal, right?
all of these clips are going to start with Athena.
You're there as a team to support the carries, right? And realistically, this is what a carry should look like. He carries the
Look
game.
at that, 3 shots.
How did he get
Nasty
out of that?
I mean, he just,
How is he alive?
He just sat there and waited and waited and waited and fired all 3 shots and got a quick kill, turns it into a triple, and he has his Quadra 2 except for Zeros. Scumbag Zeros steals it away from him.
Ah, what a guy.
Yeah, but, I mean, look how fast he goes right back up to full HP there.
So he comes down here. This, I don't know if this is a Reels clip as much as it's a Shaggy clip, because Shaggy makes the outplay, right?
Now look at the Lotus, though. It's like he gets the 1 tick of Lotus Crown. Oh, no, he doesn't get it. He just sits there and just manhandles them. The beads were still active for
the
the
beads
lead.
were, oh man, that's just a great play.
I want to go back to when Reels picks up a kill coming back to the lane in the mid game.
Yeah.
He fires off the ultimate. It puts him. It actually draws the lane even. Then he pulls ahead.
And then he
as
just
the
like
turning
walks
point.
back to lane. He's
That's
like,
right.
oh, farm.
I want to say that's the turning point in this one. But we do have Reels on the line, I believe. Marcus, are you there?
I'm here.
There he is.
He doesn't sound excited like he gets to go to America.
I'm very excited.
Are you excited? Are you excited to come visit us again here in America, Reels?
Yeah, I can't wait, dude. I'm gonna see Dan.
So
highlight.
you know that so the winner of the LAN here in Atlanta in spring goes and travels on to Brazil to face against the top team in Brazil. What would that kind of opportunity mean for your team?
It'd be great. Obviously, like we practice a lot and all the work we put in. That's what we're going there for. We're going there to hopefully try and win. So yeah, it would be brilliant. We would love to go, all of us.
So who would you rather see qualify out of Europe besides you?
I'm really rooting for Trig. We've been friends with them for ages. They're good friends, nice guys. So they put in the work. They're great players as well. I'm definitely rooting for Trig to go through.
So, Reels, what went so right in that final game for you? I mean, you had an absolutely just outstanding performance. We saw some really, really big plays as well, a couple of ultimates that you seemed completely dead to rights and managed to eke it out. So what went so right for you that game?
I think it was like I obviously did some good plays. And I was playing well. I got lucky sometimes as well, so that obviously contributed to it a little bit. Team was playing well. On the back of that, I could clean up a lot of the kills. So, yeah, all in all, it was good. I got lucky a couple of times. I got away on 10% health or something and managed to scrape through a couple of kills.
Side. So we're going to let you go with this one. I know it's late over in the UK, but talk to me a little bit about Zeros and the kind of double healing item Raw. It didn't seem like London Conspiracy had a really good idea of how to shut that down. Where did that strategy come from, and did you guys expect it to be as effective as it was?
Not really. Obviously, you see it worked pretty well for us. The build, that's up to him. I didn't really notice it. I just sit in the raw hill. Don't really look or care how much it healed me for. I'll just stand in it and get some health.
He put out like 30,000 healing in that final game, dude.
Yeah, I looked after the game. It was a lot. It was crazy. Obviously, we were all grouping up for it as well. And in a competitive game, in a team environment, you all group up for it and all get into the raw hill to heal up together. So that puts him up on the charts as well a lot.
Yeah.
Well, in the big European fashion, before you go, obviously, again, you do qualify for LAN. Any banter?
Yeah, we're going to hop on the banter bus here, Reels.
Any banter?
Oh, any shout outs or call outs?
No, man, banter.
I'm not really too into the banner, to be honest. I like to.
What a nice
stay,
guy.
Stay behind.
He's like,
that.
I got lucky, and I don't talk trash. Okay. All right, Marcus. Thanks a lot for joining us, man, and have a great rest of your evening. And congratulations again. Well, guys, that does conclude our coverage for Europe here in the Smite Pro League. Let's take a look at the European standings after our first day of play here out of the 3 days in this week. And you see the Fnatic with the green tint has clinched a berth in the LAN here.
That's right.
Trig Esports, the most likely second team to come in. All they need to do is beat Upcoming Stars.
That's right. If they do, and I mean, from history showing Upcoming Stars record and Trig's record, this should be a pretty easy win for them, right? I mean, Trig should go to LAN. Now, if Upcoming Stars win this, there are some upset possibilities.
There are, yeah. There's still some situations in which Team Dignitas can qualify, but Trig the favorite, and we'll see how that one plays out for the rest of the weekend. That does do it for our best of 3 out of Europe here today. We will be moving over to North America, where TSM has a similar situation. They simply need to win 1 game out of 3 versus Enemy Esports, who has yet to win a game as well. We'll see if they can do it, guys. We'll be back in just a few with TSM versus Enemy Esports.